Go to Oprah or something.
All right, Coach, would you like to open with some comments?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good basketball game. You know, credit to NNU. They probably had the biggest turnaround of all the GNAC teams, and Coach Steele has done a really good job of getting his ladies to compete and play hard. And you know, sharing the title with them was a reality check for us because we had kind of set the standard for so long, and to kind of have it shared, you know, felt like it was taken. You know, so credit to them. They have some really good players. Lexi Tubbs, I thought was one of the best players in our league this year, and you know, McKenna Walker also had a very nice season for them. So unfortunately, they have a lot of players back, and I'm sure this will make them very hungry. But it's a very good team. But I'm proud of our ladies. They gave a great effort. I think we shot enough bricks to build a castle here in Azusa. If anybody, we do a little fundraiser on that. But we did not shoot the ball very well. But I thought our ladies competed very hard on the defensive end, and obviously I think the difference in the game was rebounds. We were milking clock with the league because we were able to dig out so many offensive rebounds and come back and run our stuff a little bit on a poor shooting night. That's what you have to do. So really proud of our ladies, and proud of these two in particularly, just showing up and showing a lot of leadership, especially down the stretch.
And then this is for any one of you to answer. What was the biggest difference between this game and the previous game between you and Northwest Nazarene?
Effort and focus definitely are the two biggest things we talk about. You know, we weren't focusing on personnel, we weren't focusing on our own plays, you know, and then effort defensively. If we don't give, you know, if everyone in Amoeba, our defense doesn't play their hardest, then it just doesn't work right.
Any other questions?
Hannah, just talk about that last sequence that led to the winning basket.
My winning basket,
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
well, Yasmin hit the
yeah,
game
yeah.
winner.
as you talk about it.
Yeah, I was on the bench.
I know, I was like, I just called out.
She had
I'm
fun.
sorry. My fault.
I think it's just about being confident and just being focused, and you know, when the time's ticking, you just got to be confident. And I just went up strong, and I seen the ball go through the basket. So I think it's just staying focused and not letting like crunch time get to you, and just being mentally strong in that type of situation.
You needed to redeem yourself from those free throws.
Yeah, and I missed those free throws, so just had to get that bucket.
Coach, did you guys do anything different on Tubbs? I mean, she was averaging almost 16 points a game. You held her to 6 and only one field goal tonight.
We were fortunate because she did have some looks that they didn't go through early because she's a really elite shooter. But you know, like Hannah said, I mean, it was focus. I mean, we let them play horse at their place, and they got hot, and we had to pay the price for that. So we learned a really big lesson there. You know, we mixed up our defenses a little bit tonight. You know, typically we're known to play the Amoeba defense, which is kind of a matchup zone, like a matchup pressure zone, and we would fall back into man sometimes, and I think that caught them off balance a little bit. And I don't really think we even had to play a full possession of man because we were able to get steals out of it.
Hannah, talk about you know, you'd come in, you played on this court before 2 years ago, but you were just a freshman, and today coming in with a lot more focus on you as a first-team All-GNAC performer. You talk about the mental difference between going out there in a big game like an NCAA tournament game as a key reserve or the leading scorer on the team like you are.
Well, it's definitely different this year because my freshman year, you know, I just didn't have any expectations. You know, I just knew I had to come in and do my part, play my role. But, you know, this year I know my biggest thing this whole season has been confidence. And in practice, you know, I've been trying to get confident, you know, put in extra shots, extra work, and it's just paid off.
Thoughts going forward into the second round, looking forward to facing either team?
Yeah, it's nice to face someone outside your league. You know, to be honest, it's not very special to make the national tournament and play someone in your own league for the third time. And the NCAA really needs to take a hard look at this, or perhaps go to an NAI tournament where they do it the right way, and they take a number of teams from around the country, and no one in the same league plays each other. So I don't know how many times I've said this, I always make a special opportunity to say that, but I really do hope they do that, because I think there's a way that we can make it special, and we can still save money and you know, make Division II you know, postseason a special thing for the ladies. You know, while we're super excited, I think Azusa's done an unbelievable job hosting, and and everything. We are excited, mostly just to play someone we haven't seen before. We haven't seen Humboldt or Azusa before, and so just to have that unique challenge to play someone that we haven't really seen and hasn't seen us, I think will be special for the experience of postseason.
Coach, I noticed in 3 of the 4 quarters, they were able to put some runs together at the end of each. Did that concern you there at the end of the game? And was it just our sense of urgency, or what?
They mixed up their defenses at the end. It took me a while to kind of see what offense to get us into to be able to get at least decent looks at. So credit to them, they had us on our heels as well. But I thought their runs were the same reason we made runs, and that was giving up second chance opportunities. Neither team shot it very well tonight, and so the team that gathered the most bricks kind of won, and that happened to be us. So I think their runs were more offensive driven, and I think the same for us. We had shots that allowed us to get back into our press, and they're a pressing team as well. So when they made shots, they were able to kind of control momentum that way.
I got a question. You split the regular season series and probably thought you were on a collision course for the conference tournament, and that didn't happen. Talk about and I really want from the players, talk about the emotion of coming into this game. Yes, the disappointment of having to play a conference foe, but there's some history from this season. I'd like to know what your emotions were like coming into this and just throughout the game and the battle.
I think as a team, we kind of all wanted to redeem ourselves from our last loss against NNU and SPU in the GNAC tournament, and I think everybody, their focus was just on a whole nother level because we knew, last time we didn't have enough focus or effort, and so everyone was just so bought into that the whole game. I mean, we had slip-ups, but we always gathered ourselves back and pushed through.
Yeah, and I think heading into postseason, what happens in regular season doesn't really matter. So I think this was big for us to get a win because we're 0-0 going into this game, and to pull a win out against Northwest Nazarene, who is a really good team, is big for us going into further into the postseason.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.